Alrighty, we are back, everybody, with some day 10 action in Blueprints. Welcome back, everybody. Last episode was pretty good. We finally got our first entry into the antechamber figured out with the Great Hall, which opens the right-hand side. I'm hoping that in the near future we'll be able to find another entry into there in the near future. And we also got ourselves an upgrade for our Nook, which is now a pretty nice and strong addition to our plan if we ever intend to use it. I am going to just throw the spare room right there. And let's see here. We will throw this right here. See, we even got our breakfast nook in there. Alrighty. So, goals for the day. Find another major, thing. Oh, yep. I almost forgot the West Gate. And keep using our new strategy to see if that'll get us, anywhere in particular. I also want to see if I can't solve a few more paintings, seeing as we're kind of solving those as we go right now. And hopefully we can get some benefit from that. What's out here? We've got the shrine or the tool shed. I'm going to say let's take the tool shed just because tool shed seems really good. Has a magna glass and a shovel in it. That's awesome. And I'm going to quickly update some stuff in my notes while I'm sitting here. Alrighty. Let us head back into the estate. I think we're going to head off of the hallway for our start, just based off of everything we've got going for us. And, you know, there is another thing where I'm hopeful that we're going to start unlocking and pushing some stuff forward. I am still a bit mad at the parlor for yesterday for giving me one that seemed to me to be relatively an unwinnable one because not enough info. I'm sure somebody had plenty enough info where I didn't last episode. Let's take the pantry here because pantry will be of benefit to us, and let's push this one as a sort of north. I would have loved... You know what? We'll do chapel. I know that really, in all honesty, this is falling into one of my old issues that I seem to do, but chapel there is meant to be more a hallway piece than anything. So I'm kind of fine with doing something like corridor here, you know, seeing as we're using that chapel more as a hallway piece, and we're not really trying to get through it anyways. It's more just as an extra option that exists. I don't have the gem for that. Let's take the breakfast nook, because I know that it gives food, and that gives us a key and whatnot, which is pretty strong. Yummy, yummy, bacon and eggs. Love that. Love that. Yummy, yummy. And yeah, you know what? We can take the dining room here. I would like to save our den gem for a little bit, just so I can push stuff further. The funny thing is now I also have opposite side access to this. So I can just evade this for many steps if I want to, but, you know. We will see. Alrighty. Gymnasium. Screw you. Of course you're gonna do something like that. Okay, here's the thing. If I don't walk through here too often, it's not that bad. Closet is probably the one that I would like to take, though. Just because closet gives us a lot of stuff, and it sets up a nice... good strong move for the next one, and that is a nice key card for us. Key cards have stumped us many a day, so yeah, I don't mind losing the coin. I'm gonna check as I go in here though for anything of note. Yeah, alrighty. Let's move back into this room, and we'll try and take it as north as we can, basically. Well, never mind. We might not be taking it as north as we can, possibly. I don't want to put the den here just because of what it is, but I really don't like cutting off I don't like leaving it all on the parlor, basically. So I'm going to take the den, and hopefully this will give us a benefit. Of course you would do this. Let's take the dark room, and hopefully I can scoop it around. Really rough start. Okay, this is what's supposed to happen when you're in here. I was like, what's going on? I probably shouldn't have done the one that actually basically determines our day. A gem requirement room could be good. Yep, that was the correct choice. I'm like, I really probably should not have done this room here. Let's do this room as well. Oh, hey, a library, which is utterly useless to us. A sightseer's guide to Reddington. That's right, I requested this one. Can I see that? Oh! Huh, interesting. I mean, we are Simon. Is it 1993? Is it November 16th when I requested this? Is that date correct? That might be huge, actually. That might be important. I'm gonna write that down, and I am also gonna be sightseeing, or I am gonna be screenshotting the entirety of this. Sightseer's Guide to Reddington, a modest account of our town by Sir Andrew Tarl. Whoop-de-doo, nothing seeming of import over that. Third largest city in Fenares and site of its former capital, Reddington is synonymous with mountains, mystery, and magic. Most tourists head straight for the boardwalk and don't get much further than the botanical gardens. However, Reddington has much more to offer. Spectacular scenery, a historic castle, and a charming underground bazaar reward visitors who wish to explore further. Reddington is the type of unique, enchanting place that lingers in your mind and memories after you leave her. Just gonna keep taking some screenshots, basically. Botanical Garden. Reddington's most popular attraction and guaranteed crowd pleaser. The Botanical Gardens is loved by both locals and visitors for its Ajaran canopy and house and mausoleum. Its petal-covered trails and mind-boggling variety of flowers. This is the reason springtime in is Reddington's busy season. I'm trying to read and look at this at the same time. It is not helping me. Interesting. Ilex ex Meserve, a specimen of holly unique to Reddington's mountains. Ooh. Situated just east of town, the Botanical Gardens offer a scenic and captivating tableau of natural countryside. A cobblestone trail meanders past 1,000 species of tropical plants, each remarkable in its own right, yet even more stunning against the spectacular backdrop of the Reddington Mountains. Allow yourself at least an hour to indulge in this picturesque walk, which concludes at Mainway Station. Featherfall Keep. You'll find sitting in the house of Mount Perma, or at the base of Mount Perma, Reddington's second highest summit, a historic site described by scholars at significantly, I can word today, I can't read, as significantly important to the realm's past. Featherfall Keep, the former home of Lord William Epson, has until recently always been a private residence, serving as a family home to the Epsons since before the Third Era. Epson sounds important. Something in my head is saying might have heard that name before with the Count, maybe? Mention it. I'm betting he's an important character, at least, is the point I'm trying to say. After the death of Lord Epson, his oldest son, Lionel Epson, left the estate never to return. However, the daughter stayed, maintaining the residence and its staff until her marriage in 1951. At that point, Featherfall Keep ceased to be a historic residence, or a family residence, and began operating as a historic house, museum, and tourist attraction. And the estate was designated. I can read. I cannot read today, apparently. was designated a National Historic Landmark in 1972. It's still believed by many that Featherfall was built by the first king of Orinda Ares when Reddington was still the capital. However, surface documents containing conflicting dates have recently cast some doubt amongst the long-standing myth. Interesting. Interesting. Trinsdale Lake also yoink that. Hey, don't do that to me. Trinsdale Lake. Close your eyes and imagine tranquil, serene stillness, rolling fogs, clear water, and gliding swans. In the midst of all that beauty sits Trinsdale Lake, one of Fen Area's premier vacation destinations, exclusive for its more privileged citizens. The lakeside resort cabins have been frequented by royalty and the realm's gentry for generations. However, on the south shore of the lake, tourists are free to enjoy the views and rub elbows with the rich and famous in the 100 Bells Tea Room, which is open to the general public for lunch on Mondays and Fridays. Whoop-de-doo. God, I'm bonking my controller out of stuff. Mount Holly, we've seen that outside. At an elevation of 11,220 feet, Mount Holly is the tallest mountain in Reddington Range and the highest peak in the entire realm. Beyond the physical challenge itself, climbing Mount Holly Trail is a beautiful experience and one that many hikers and explorers will want to do at least once. It's only a few hours from Reddington to get to the trailhead, and you won't need any local guides or special gear if you tackle the trail during the summer season. However, those willing to give this mountain a significant amount of planning and research will be greatly rewarded whether or not they actually summit. On the opposite side of the peak, far from the trail, rests the estate of Mount Holly, nestled between the summit's northern slope and saddle. This 80-acre mountain residence is almost as old as Reddington itself. However, unlike Featherfall Keep, the property has been completely private since the closing of Mount Holly Schoolhouse in '66. Still, hikers will be able to appreciate the house's unique architecture at a distance from one of the trail's many north-facing overlooks. So, we can see the trail from outside is what that's telling me. Interesting. Mainway Station Bazaar. For the sentimental tourists wishing to pick up a souvenir to remember their way, one might try having braving the Mainway Station Bazaar. Don't be too hasty. Without proper guidance, the Mainway Station can be a dangerous place. Located underground, this unique marketplace was once Reddington's central railway station, in a time when the realm's trains were still in service. Now the turnstiles, footbridge, and platforms have been appropriated and turned into a cavern of tents and torches. Whether you are bargain hunting, looking for adventure, or finding a memento to commemorate your visit, the Mainway Station Bazaar will be a worthy conclusion to your sightseeing adventure in Reddington. And there's a nice map of the place for us. So that's Mount Holly, that's Reddington. Featherfall Keep is over there. I really don't like using this right now. Angel Tower, Mount Perma. So we're down here, basically. That's where we are. We're on the other side of Mount Holly, and yeah, wow. Interesting. Okay. I wonder if we'll ever be able to see Reddington, or some of the other places in the game. Also, I didn't check. Yeah, there isn't another page. Reading. Yep, that's just the info about that. Is there anything upstairs for me? God, I forgot how janky that is. I forget how much of a jinx that is. Yeah, no, nothing else in here. Kind of a sad life. Oh, God, that's so janky. I do not like that. Stair and... yeah, star. Okay, good, good, good. Let's head into here. I don't even want to look at the paintings right now. I don't even want to look at this room, really. Like, this room is taunting me in every single aspect that it can. Let's see here. Oh, morning room tomorrow start with 2 gems. That's an interesting ability. I like that. Let's redraw, though, because I don't really want to do that. This can be beneficial because it could give us a chance tomorrow with a key card. That would actually, yeah, I will remember to come drop stuff off. Actually, is there anything in here right now? No, there is not. So, okay, drop some stuff off in here. prior to end of day. That is a wasted step set. Oh, well. If I grab the garage, that is the end of the day. So we will grab the West Wing Hall and force a split. Interesting. Card and car. We've already done that. This one, yeah, I'm like, I would love this to be a corner pointed up like that. And let's see here. This, of course you do that. Of course you do that. Let's take the walk-in closet. Hopefully the 4 items are enough to pass us through. And also, correct me if I'm wrong, have we gotten this one? We have not. So I can actually... Oh, that's right. This is the one that this is Vial and Bath that I have no idea what to do with. That's right. We do have a key. We do have that. We did get a nice little coin purse as well. I'm going to take some notes on the items real quick, and I'm also going to really just think if there's anything else that I could figure out from that. I'm really sure that this is an E, but I'm not sure, you know. Yeah, and I still have no idea what I'm supposed to think about these. Like, faucet, flask, but that doesn't line up. Anyways, let's head into the billiard rooms. And, yep, coat and cot. Wait, coat and cot. Coat and cot. Wait. Oh, that's right. I'm like, wait a minute. Am I counting that correctly? Yes, you are. Coin. Anything else? No drinks for me. Sad face. Sadly. Alrighty. I mean, look. 7. 19 minus 14 is 5. 5 times 2 is 10. 20 divided by 5 is 4. 18 plus or minus 12 is 6. Times by 2 is 12. Divided by 6 is 2. And nice, a silver key for us. We're really, really hopeful right now that things are going well for us. I think this is worth the silver key. Just to force, like, a conference room or a T-piece. That's what I was hoping for. And, like, we really need to kind of force a good room to be here. Otherwise, we were going to run into some major issues. Have I been in this room before? Oh, God. Okay. Is this pilot in plot? Have I been in this room before? And which one are we in? This is, yep, this is one we have been in before, and I did get pilot and plot. Okay. Wow, both of these were key card doors, so I did do the smart thing by trying to get us a key card. We are gonna have to take the gymnasium. I think I just need to accept that. Ooh, those are new. I will see if I can evade it, if at all possible. Commissary progresses the day for us. I guess, yeah, let's head into the gymnasium since it pushes us northbound. It's gonna suck, but you know. Oh yeah, this is the coast and tag thing. It wouldn't be coast and coat. What are you? You are running shoes. Okay. Ooh, I like that ability. Let me take my notes. Alrighty, well, at least those might be useful. I say might be because we might still be dying by the end of this day relatively quickly. Keycard. Morning room is pretty good for us. I think we'll take it regardless. just because of what it provides for us. And that is also, like, just a fresh room in general. I'm going to take this up, hopefully, see if I can shoot it just straight upwards. Oh, well, it's a force boudoir, which, that's fine. I don't mind the force boudoir. We'll go grab these so that at least, you know, with what we've got, I can, you know, guarantee some materials if I need to force something. Because we really are fighting with forced stuff right now. Alrighty, morning room. Whoa. Okay, when I say plants growing on the walls in my house, that is a very interesting way of taking it, you know? Oh my gosh, there's an upgrade disc here. What the frick? Okay, grain and rain, I've already gotten you. Yeah, you're the G. Interesting. Okay. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna take some notes real quick because this one's an interesting one, and then we'll get reading the newspaper that was there because I did see that. Also, I just saw that there's a trunk sitting right there, so that's awesome too for us. Anyways, let's see here what we got. The Baron of Mount Hawley names nephew provisional heir. In the blue hours of Wednesday morning, the venerable Baron of Mount Hawley, Herbert S. Sinclair, passed away at the ripe age of 73 with a prolonged struggle with a heart condition that had been kept from the public eye until his final days. Esteemed as a pillar of society and renowned for his penchant for crafting puzzles, he was a source of endless fascination to our readers over the years, not less through his popular column Baron Bafflers, which he penned for over a decade. Particulars of the announcement of his successor yesterday has left his devoted followers with one last intrigue to ponder. The reading of his will precipitated a flurry of speculation, for his niece and presumptive heir, the much beloved and lamented Mary Matthew Jones, has been missing, presumed deceased, for the past 6 years. Miss Jones, better known to our readers by her pen name, Marion Marigold, oh my gosh, our mom is the person who wrote The Red Prince. Enchanted the hearts and minds of children across the realm with her literary creations such as The Red Prince, Swimbird, and A New Clue. Her disappearance remains one of the age's most tragic mysteries. With her whereabouts unknown, it was Marigold's old son, Simon P. Jones, a lad of but 14 summers, who was yesterday named the provisional heir to the sprawling Cinca Empire. We're only 14? We're only 14? Holy cow. However, this vast inheritance is accompanied by an undisclosed contracted condition, giving the Baron's well-known penchant for tests of mettle and wit. It's clear that the young heir from Reddington, distinguished in his own right as last year's county science fair runner-up, faces an extraordinary challenge in the coming weeks. We're 14? Are you crazy? Holy cow. Whoa, that is a lore drop and a half that I have to take some notes on now. Holy cow. Jesus, wow, that just surprises me. I'm like, we're 14 in this game. Whoa, okay, man is doing some stuff for a 14. Yes, I do want this one. I want to force a straight. Is what I would rather over this. Yeah, I say we redraw. Ooh, the pool. Okay, I like that. We have enough for it. Yeah. We'll add some stuff to the draft room. Yeah, that's definitely a pool. Ooh, it has a key in it. I see. Spine and pine, obviously. Yeah, interesting. Interesting. Can I get in the pool? Can I get in the water? No, cannot. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna sit here and write some notes to myself because this is an interesting room as well. Alrighty, let's go read what this is. Also, with this being spine and pine, I am going to give a guess at a different letter. Drafting pool rules. The draft pool is your deck of potential floor plans. Each time you draft, 3 random floor plans are drawn from the draft pool for you to select from. The odds of drawing a specific floor plan may differ depending on the room. Some rooms are more rare than others. Floor plans added to the draft pool are removed at the end of the day, unless otherwise stated. And, of course, as all pools state, no running. That is kind of what I figured. That goes exactly as it is. Anyways, the important thing that I want to say here. I am 9,000% sure. So, there is only a few letters that could be that center one, the middle one right there. There is only a few letters that it could be. I'm going to tell you it's an A, because unless we're getting told to go smell gates, it is most definitely supposed to be like an A of some kind, or something or other that we are relatively going to be here, because small gates doesn't make sense. Small is not a word as much as everybody on the internet likes to pretend it is. Small with a U is also the same way. Smell, unless we're again being told to smell gates. Smill, not a word. It's small. Like, it's gotta be small. So, small, I assume gates. Which is weird that we're being talked about the gates, by the way. Maybe they're included by the dates thing as well. I'm not sure. I don't want to re-roll this because I want to be able to keep a force in my hand. But let's also move here. Crate. Ooh. Chart and crate. What the frick are you guys supposed to be? Anyways, that was also dinner got served, which is a fair few rooms back by a far margin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. It's almost not worth it to go there. What are we getting served? Pizza, which benefits with a furnace. Yeah, it's almost not worth it to even go back, actually. Yeah, and we do have an upgrade disc, so I do actually need to find... I do need to find a, Oh, we're probably going to need to code check our upgrade disc, or else I'm going to lose it, I'm betting. Ouch, that's rough. Yeah, that upgrade disc does need to get saved. We did get the food, but do I run back to grab the food? Well, and that's the thing. By the time we get back up here, it's not going to be worth it because it costs us 16 to get just down there. So no, there's no point to go all the way back because we're not going to get all the way back. There's no shot. Okay, so yeah, I'm not going back. So, chart and box, graph, and crate. Ugh. Crate and... No. This one stumped me too. God, box and bar graph? Or ugh. So crate... What do charts normally do? Crate and rate, maybe? Is it C? Like, that's a really rough one, and I'm assuming, like, rate of change, basically. Like, that's kind of my thought process with it. That's a weird one. Did take me a little bit, as I'm sure you guys saw with, you know, me cutting there a little bit. But yeah, like, crate and rate? I don't know, man. I'm gonna be honest. I would love to save for the club sandwich. I don't know if it's going to matter. I'm taking the bananas, and we're moving on with our day because, yeah, I don't think we're going to get anything too crazy out of it. Unlock the door. This is a pretty good room for us, I would say, seeing as it does keep bringing us northward. Okay, bat. What? It's a bat? Oh, bat and boat. Bat and boat. That's an O. So, we're saying C-O-U something. C-O-U something. Well, I will happily take the stars, which is going to be 2 things today. Nice, nice. Twins and chess, of which I can't really do anything with anyways. And that's locked. Okay, well, time to hope and pray by all luck and all love that we are lucky enough to get us a nice way through everything that we've got coming for us. Off of the commissary. What is the commissary selling today? Oh my gosh, yeah, commissary. If I could have gotten 8, commissary would have saved us. Commissary would have saved us a little bit. Alright, well, I'm just gonna add some notes. I think we haven't seen Sledgehammer in here before. I'm not sure if I have, but regardless, yeah, I'm gonna update the notes for what's being sold here real quick. It was the metal detector that I haven't seen in here yet, actually. That makes sense. Also, keys costing 10 are absolutely insane to me. Just so we're all aware. And I despise that the economy in this can be that way. At least we've got a key card door, so we are guaranteed at least a chance at life. Okay, Jesus. Locker room is our only way to continue. Let's do it. Whoa. Okay, I haven't been in this room before. Planet and plane. Yep, we've been in here. Okay, they're all locked. Interesting. Anything here? How many locker... Oh, God. Haha, bring keys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 keys? Holy cow! Holy cow! I'm writing this stuff down real quick because what the 17 keys? 17 keys. Alrighty, hope and pray that there's some way forward for us. We just got rid of our gem for the rumpus room. Oh, and that's sad because this means we're basically out of rooms here. Okay, yeah, we take the bedroom, which doesn't really give us anything anyways. Oh, thanks for the steps, actually. That does help us a bit. Can I plug it into you? Can I plug some stuff in? Hi, hamster. Good to see you. Please don't go doing something too stupid. Yeah, I still don't get this one, but, like, it's forced to be an A. So, as we know. No idea what that is. We're just forced A. So, oh! I missed this the first time we were here. Today is a good day because Simon is at camp and he is not as much fun as my friends. I will not have to share my toys, and I will not have to share my room, and I will not have to share my snacks. Having a younger brother is not as much fun as they told me it would be, but today will be a good day because he is at camp. Are they talking about me? Herbie is mean and really stupid, and today is a good day because I threw away his airplane. That's Herbert. I'm assuming Herbie is Herbert S. Sinclair. Meaning Sinclair had a brother named Simon as well. Sinclair has a brother, Simon. Okay. I also had more fun at camp than he has had in his entire life. Today is a good day because I got my brother in trouble for reading my private journal without my permission and writing mean things in it too. He also threw my model airplane in the bushes outside, but I got it back, and if he does it again, he will not get to go to the park on Friday, and I will make sure he gets no presents for his birthday. I don't need any presents because I have my brother's books because he won't stop writing about me, and today is a good day because I know he cries when he can't find his book. Even though he is older, he is a crybaby. Today is a good day because today my brother returns from college and I get to finally return to him the book I took from him a long time ago. Hopefully you find it as hilarious as I do. Honestly, you have no idea how we survived sharing a room. All things being said, I wouldn't have it any other way. I still would rather have had a sister. Brothers, congrats on the diploma and welcome home. Interesting. Okay, so this is when they were young, this is where they stayed together. Okay, that's not an openable thing. I was about to scream if there was something that was openable as well. So this room was where they stayed when they were younger, and that is Herbert's journal from when he was young. Okay, that's nice. I like that. Let's go coat check the upgrade disc just because of things, and I think where am I? I'm here. Do I ram my face into this again and make a new idea and see if I can figure something out? Do I have any keys? No, I do not. Did I get anything else that has an opening? No, I did not. Like, we're right there. We are right there. It is honestly devastating that I have not been able to get it right. Like I am just like, brother, come on. Okay, fine. Let's do this. Let's think about some stuff for a bit more. Ooh, you know what? No, wait. Is there a difference in the total number of types on each wall? No, all 5 appear on each wall except for this one, and 1555 is not a date that we can use. Interesting. I have no idea. Like, I could sit here and go through every day of the calendar. That'd be boring, though, and that wouldn't be fun. 365 possible combinations for this is decent. So, is that horse galloping? Is that horse galloping? Reason being is I have a very funny concept that I'm thinking about here, and if so, it might remove the horse. Now, horse does, looking at it, look to be galloping. Now, I might be crazy. Okay. So, I believe A stride is called a gait, I believe. Like, or walking at a decent pace is called a gait, I believe. G-A-I-T, I believe, is what I'm trying to reference here. Small gates. Small gates. Is it the small gates? Small gate, you know? Like, are we talking about the small steppers only? In which case that is 1, 2, 3, 4. So 04 and then would it be? Oh, that actually is a good one. That is actually a good one now that I think about it. Hold on. It might be a play on words. It might be a play on words. It might be a play on words. Now that I figured out the small gate. Or, this is making an assumption, first off. This is also making the assumption that it is a play on words. Where's my drawing room? Okay, there it is. Yeah, I'm making 2 assumptions by saying this. 1, play on words. 2, only the small gates matter. 3, if I'm correct here, it's 0414. 0414. Damn it. I just want to try April 14th again. That doesn't work. Okay. Did I count the amount of small men correctly? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, it's 15. Okay. Yeah, alrighty. That was that does tell me 2 things. Though, and that is okay. That's awesome. Alrighty. That does confirm the Gates comment though. On the thing. That is like that's making an assumption, having it be correct, and also confirming an answer for us. So, yeah. So, I mean, look, at this point, we know that it's dates. I'm also going to say that we've solved that one as well. Like, it's the only way that makes sense to me. So, God, this one room single-handedly just solved everything. Small gates, 8 dates, crack 8 safes. Yeah, wow. Wow. Like, yeah. I'm just gonna basically fill out that. Like, we only have the top row missing now because, I mean, we basically just solved it with that. 6. April 15th. Dearest Mary, I know the events of the past year have catapulted you into a world where you may not have been ready for. It's cruel the way time rips through our lives, leaving them barren and fruitless like a wind-scarred plains. Throughout this all, I know your principal concern has always been Simon, your son. You didn't need to confide in me yesterday for me to realize that fact. Everyone who knows you understands this. I'll take full responsibility to ensure that regardless of how your current project plans out, Simon is shielded from any fallout and, God forbid, repercussions. Child should never suffer the inequity of their parents. I, of course, write you all this in the hope that I can set your mind at peace when imagining the worst-case scenarios. Not because I think such an outcome is likely. No, Mary, I have few apprehensions and fewer fears. Assuming everything goes according to plan, you should be reunited with Simon again before his 10th birthday. And while 2 years might seem like an eternity to a mother, I've always heard the days pass by more quickly in the East. As for me and you, I have already come to terms that our meeting yesterday was very likely our last. I am too old and too stubborn to ever leave this place. I am too attached to the home our family has built up. room by room. Yes, I have a strong premonition I will be buried in red soil under red flags, a compromise I know you yourself would never accept. It's been a joy watching you grow up and getting to know you. Your mother and I spoke of little else during your school days. I know she'd feel the same bittersweet pride I feel now to see you following in your father's footsteps and making the same sacrifices he did. Farewell, my marigold, and may we meet yet again. Your Uncle Herbert. Mary disappeared relatively 6 years ago, if we're using the mention of our age as the thing, seeing as 10th birthday, and we're 14 as we have now found out. Yeah, 10th birthday, so roughly disappeared 6 years ago. And this date, so this is April 15th. Herbert is basically promising to protect us. Herbert has been basically watching us, or watching over us, which is why we have access to this place. And then the other thing is Herbert and Mary never saw each other after this. And I'm going to put some possibly attached to that just as a, just as a mention to that. And so she never returned. She never returned, basically. That's the other thing to note. Because if she had returned, I don't think this would be getting given to us. This is meant... I'm starting to understand why we've been kind of given the house, in a sense. It's because we're meant to basically use this as our way to explain some things that have happened within the family. And that, in and of itself, is interesting. You know what I just realized? Did I never solve the parlor? Oh my gosh. I never solved the parlor. Did I never solve the parlor? I never solved the parlor. Okay, pray to luck. We've got a lot of it that we need. This box is blue. That is true. The gems are in the true box. That is also true. This box is black. Okay, the gems are in the false box. That's what that says. Yep, cool. I'm very glad that didn't give us a key, because if it gave us a key and I got told to hope and pray to luck to make it up to the observatory, I would have cried. Honestly, in my opinion, it's for the better that we actually just got basically given what we did, because then it means that I didn't have to be an absolute mess trying to make our way back up there. Alright, let's call it a day. That has been a good episode as well. Thank you guys all so much for watching. I hope you all have been enjoying the series so far. 29 rooms, rank 8 has been reached, 55 steps taken, 9 items found, 3 new rooms. I'll see you all in the next one. Have a good one, everybody. Bye-bye.